So if you're a gamer, don't get too excited about HoloLens just yet. Microsoft CEO pointing out that gaming isn't the focus, especially for this first version of the device. But before we get into the topic of the video, I did want to point out, yes, I am riding a unicorn as a cat. And I swear that Ubisoft devs must be doing some pretty interesting drugs. But throughout the years, you've seen me play Trials from time to time on this channel. I do like this series. I think it's a fun series. Just pick up and play occasionally. And while I like these games, I'm also really frustrated by these things because I'm kind of a perfectionist. I like to go through the levels and not crash, not screw up. But these levels, some of these are just insane to try to perfect. But Ubisoft did hook me up with a code for this so I could show it to you. This is Trials Fusion, the Awesome Max Edition, which was shown off at E3. If you get the Awesome Max Edition, it's currently $40, and it does include the base game Trials Fusion if you don't already have it, as well as the Season Pass, which has like 6 DLC packs. Or if you've already got the base game and you just want to ride a unicorn, then you can pick up the DLC level for like $10, and it has like 30 new tracks. Not all of them are riding a unicorn. It has the regular ones as well, 10 super cross tracks, as well as 130 editor objects. And it also has a section where you can play some of the maps created by the community as well as the devs, but by far the most psychedelic ones are the ones you're watching right now. So on to the topic of HoloLens. So Microsoft's Satya Nadella, he was being interviewed and he was asked about HoloLens and gaming and what the focus was going to be. So here's the question, here's the setup, and then I'm going to give you his response. So here's what the interviewer asked. You said we need to expand this beyond just gaming. Where do you think the initial demand is for HoloLens? Is it going to be more in gaming, or is it going to be more in business and research? And here's what Nadella said. He said, for sure, in the first version, it's going to be more about developers and enterprise scenarios. I did buy Minecraft to create a new genre of gaming for mixed reality. We bought Minecraft for many reasons, because it's the #1 PC app. It's the #1 console app. It's the #1 paid mobile app on iOS and Android. I wanted a hit game even for the new medium of mixed reality, and we will have that. Gaming will always be a scenario, and there will be other entertainments broadly. But the first version of HoloLens, I want us to push a lot more of the enterprise usage. In general, Microsoft's approach will always be this dual-use focus, or this multi-focus. What we can uniquely do is bridge consumer to enterprise. That's in our DNA. That's why it's even in our mission statement of empowering people and organizations. I want every technology of ours to seek that out. In the HoloLens case, when I look at the interest, it's amazing how many are in hospitals, healthcare, retail. That's where I'm seeing the interest, and we'll definitely go after it. So version 1, the focus is on other businesses and not gaming. And I think most of us picked up on that early on. I mean, they're working with NASA on it. They're using it in space now, or at least they're about to if they finally got a rocket up there with it on there. But they're going to be able to have people on the ground see exactly what the astronauts are seeing in real time and be able to point out things that they need to be aware of. I watched a Microsoft research video the other day where universities and medical personnel were using it. So, like, they could pull up and look inside a body and, you know, see things kind of moving like the way you've never been able to see it before, and actually dig in there. And, you know, if you're a medical student, I would imagine that that would be pretty useful. They've shown, you know, models of businesses creating products and using it and making holographic models before actually having to put that into production. So that's probably going to save some people a lot of money. So the technology is certainly extremely useful outside of the gaming arena. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not to say that it won't ever be amazing with gaming, and gaming won't be a major factor with this type of technology, and I definitely think one day it could be, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. And one of the problems that I told you that people were complaining about with HoloLens is the field of view. And if you're watching these videos on TV where they've got these cameras, you know, hooked up so that you can kind of see what the person who's got the headset on is seeing, it looks amazing because you see holograms all over this living space. And that's amazing, right? If you were actually seeing that. But the person looking through the headset is only seeing a portion of that. So it's not like they're looking at a wall and seeing this whole wall covered, like they're seeing a portion of it, depending on where you're at. So like your peripheral vision and things like that, you're not seeing holograms. And when you think about gaming, I mean, I think immersion is going to be a huge factor in that, and you want to be immersed. And so if I'm gaming and I'm shooting at like this hologram or something, it would be really cool if like I can see the whole hologram standing there. But if it's missing part of its leg or whatever, if I'm, not looking in the right section, then that's going to totally just lose that. And so I think this is something where they can definitely work on it, work on the field of view. And I mean, this is just the first version of it. And I think I've told you before that I think VR, AR have certain things going against it for it to be a mass hit with gamers. And one of the things about VR is you're tied down and everything, and you're not doing that with HoloLens. But one of the benefits of VR is that you are totally immersed. Like you put this headset on and all you see is the game in front of you. So it totally covers your vision, which is immersion and a positive for VR, but it's just not there yet for HoloLens. But I mean, you look at any technology that first comes out, whether it was VCRs or plasma TVs or cell phones, all those devices were crazy expensive whenever they first launched, and they were also pretty limited. And now look at the market. Everybody has something that's similar to one of these devices, and they can do so much more now. So as exciting as HoloLens may be to some, I mean, it's even exciting to myself. I've been looking forward to this. I've been updating, any articles that I come across that talks about it. And as a gamer, I'm excited about where it can go. But for right now, I just think the hype levels kind of need to be tuned in a little bit, just because I still think that it's pretty far out there in the future before this is a mass product that has a ton of software on it that you can play, and before they get the headset technology just right. And I think that field of view is going to be key to get right first. So if you want to read the interview, links down in the description box. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.